I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So today's video is all about party season skincare. So it's that time of the year where it's very festive for lots of different countries, and there's a lot of going out, there's a lot of partying, and actually it's not good for the skin. So I'm going to go through the main problems that happen with our skin and what we can do to protect ourselves. I myself know, you do get dry skin, dull skin, chapped lips, dark circles, just everything seems to get so much worse after too much partying. And actually for me, I remember the worst time was after my wedding. And that was just party after party. And then by the day of your actual wedding day, you look terrible because of the run up. So I don't know if any of you can relate, but I'm going to do my best today to try and fix that for you. So the main issues that happen is, number one, the cold weather. The cold weather cannot hold too much water in the atmosphere, and so guess what happens? Water literally evaporates from your skin, and so your skin feels drier. The first place you're going to notice this is your lips, because your lips have only about 3 to 5 cells thick, and so transepidermal water loss from the lips is the first thing you're going to notice. Lips look dry, chapped, sore. You want to keep licking them, which actually just makes the situation far worse. I've done a whole video for you specifically for lips, but that is something that can happen. The next thing can happen is if you haven't slept enough and you've gone out late and you've woken up early, especially if you have children, that is something that we can all relate to. Your skin becomes more translucent, so your skin becomes more see-through, so dark circles look worse and your skin looks more tired. In addition, going out too many nights in a row can basically completely throw you off your skincare game, because your skincare routine is now destroyed. The classic actives that you put on your skin, whether it's salicylic acid, whether it's benzoyl peroxide, whether it's your vitamin A, you're lucky if you can just wash your face and go to sleep. So, if you do that for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, guess what? Your skin is almost back to the beginning, because one cell cycle is about 30 days long, and so this is something that spots can basically get worse during this festive period because you're not as good at applying everything that you were applying before. Your skin can look more aged because you're not applying your vitamin A, for example. In addition, when you come back late at night, people sit there, they just quickly take off what they can with their makeup wipes. I'm actually doing a video today called Are Makeup Wipes Aging Your Skin? I highly recommend you watch that video. But short answer is you're not washing your face properly. Gunk is still stuck in the pores, and that can lead to breakouts, free radicals, and damage of the collagen. So it's just so many things go wrong with the skin during party season. Right, so let's start off, let's go through the skincare routine, what you need to do, and the mistakes that get made. If that sounds good to you, give me a thumbs up, let's dive right in. So first thing is first, and that is hydration. Hydration of your skin. Dry skin plus alcohol equals dehydrated skin. Dehydrated skin means nothing is functioning properly in your skin. It means your skin is aging and your skin looks duller because there's less water molecules in between those top layer skin cells, and so those highly pigmented dead skin cells are stuck together, making the skin look dull. And it also prevents any actives from getting into the skin, and so actually you're not even getting maximum efficacy from the serums that you're applying to the skin. So hydration really is key. It is number one, and it is the biggest mistake that we make, is overstripping the skin and not moisturizing the skin properly. So first things first is I have a little trick when I go out, and every other drink is for me water or Diet Coke. But I know a lot of people are going to say down in the comments, Dr. B, you should not be drinking Diet Coke. I know, but these are special events and we're allowed to drink Diet Coke on special events. So basically every other drink, make sure it's not an alcoholic drink. You want to be hydrating the skin in between. The second thing is your moisturizer needs to be fattier than what you would normally wear in the summer. So you want a safe moisturizer, no denatured alcohol, which can dry the skin, no fragrance, which can lead to contact dermatitis, and no essential oils, which can sensitize the skin. So you want a safe, fatty moisturizer that contains ceramides, which basically holds water in the top layer of skin, humectants, which is your water magnets, and an occlusives, and a moisturizer with occlusives in it, which basically seals the skin to prevent any water evaporation from taking place. So I did some research, and these are my favorites on the market right now, starting off with Paula's Choice Omega Plus and then Complex Moisturizer. It's a brilliant moisturizer, would definitely recommend it, definitely Dr. V approved. The next one is Drunk Elephant Protini. The great thing about Paula's Choice and Drunk Elephant is that they both put their moisturizers into an airless packaging. Airless packaging is really important with ceramides because ceramides are unstable. If you see ceramides in a tub, for example, you don't actually know how stable the ceramides are. Really, you want to look for ceramides in an airless pump without any light getting through. First Aid Beauty has got Ultra Repair Cream. It's another great cream, but I don't think it's in an airless pump. And then, of course, from our range, we've got Cera-Pep, which is our brightening moisturizer, which is obviously an airless pump too. Cera-Pep is good if your main concerns are anti-aging, brightening, for skin of color. So it's quite a specific product for a specific issue. Moving on to number 2, which is your dry, chapped lips. Okay, so as I said, your skin cells are only 3 to 5 cells thick for the lips. You need an occlusive balm. Now, the biggest mistake is finding one that tingles. So I remember one of my friends said, oh, I love wearing this particular, it's Caramex, I might as well say it. I love wearing Caramex because, it makes my lips tingle and it makes me feel like it's doing something. That tingly sensation, of course, I told that person off because that tingly sensation is actually irritating the skin. You think something is happening, and it's a fantastic marketing gimmick because what the marketer is trying to do as a brand owner, you're trying to make the person feel like something is happening, and it may or may not be good for that person. So this is where you have to be very aware and educated with your skincare. I never want you falling for that tingly sensation thinking, oh, this must be working, or something, something's hurting you and it's burning and you think, oh, something must be happening. You guys should really know much more than that. If you watch 10 or more of my videos, then you will know that this tingly sensation is not good for the skin. It's actually an irritant, and what happens is you become addicted to that Caramex, for example, because you get addicted to that tingly sensation, but also you've got to keep doing it because guess what? It's not effective. Whereas if you just use your plain Vaseline balm, like I've got literally 100 of these, no tingly sensation, and you don't become addicted, which is not good for the brand owner, but it works, which means you don't have to keep doing it all day long, like you would with a tingly one, or one that has that tastes delicious that you keep licking. That's also a big mistake because you never want to be licking your lips. It dries your skin further and leads to sores of the lips. Number 3 issue is dull, dead skin, which happens because of the dehydration, but it also doesn't look great because no matter what makeup you put on it, it doesn't sit properly on the skin. It doesn't feel flawless. And it feels like you have to cake on more makeup almost to try and do something about the dullness of the skin. In addition, there's very little penetration of actives into the skin when you have that compact skin situation. So really, by your 30s, you must be exfoliating. And don't make the mistakes of exfoliating with a physical scrub, which basically rips the top layer of skin away and leads to micro tears and leads to pigmentation in skin of color. We need to be using a chemical exfoliator with even dissolving of bonds between skin cells, and so when you wash it off, you get that even glow without any irritation or sensitivity. So for me, my favorite chemical exfoliators for skin of color are of course mandelic acid and lactic acid. And I've gone through and done some research to find out the Dr. V approved products that I would recommend. So starting off with Face Theory Mandeli Bright Serum, which is basically 10% mandelic acid. It's a very gentle exfoliator and I would recommend it. The second one is the ordinary mandelic acid, 10% as well. And it's basically cheaper than Face Theory, so I'd recommend that one too. The next one is if you have sensitive skin and 10% mandelic acid is too strong, then Wish Trend does 5% mandelic acid. These are all, of course, safe exfoliators. So of course we also have Exfoliate to Glow from the Dr. Vanita Rattan brand, so you've probably seen the video on this. So this is 5% mandelic acid, 5% lactic acid, 7% glycerin because it's a humectant and it basically makes the skin supple as you're taking the top layer of skin away. And it also has anti-inflammatories because no matter what you're doing, when you're dissolving bonds, you want to soothe the skin simultaneously, especially for skin of color. If you have oily, acne-prone skin, then I recommend the Poreless Choice BHA 2% exfoliator because that gets into the pore to unclog it. So look at your skin, what it needs, and then pick the correct exfoliator. For the Exfoliate to Glow, for the whole Dr. Vanita Rattan range, the link is down below in the description box and we pin it to the first comment as well, so you can go and have a quick look. Okay, so the next thing that can happen is breakouts for a number of reasons. One is not washing your face properly when you get back. You could be using face wipes or not using the ingredients that you need to keep your sebum under control and to unclog the pores. And also it can be stress. So any of these things can lead to breakouts and it becomes more common, especially as you then have to wear more makeup to almost hide the breakout for the next night out. So don't forget to double cleanse when you come back. For me, I wear very black eyeliner, very black mascara, and actually I have to, when I created the oil melting cleanser with our Micellar Gel Wash, I had to make sure that it could actually break down the very black pigmented cosmetics that I have to wear for my skin color. If I wore anything more neutral, it just wouldn't show up on my face. And so for a lot of us, I think a lot of us have to wear darker pigmented cosmetics than Caucasian skin does, and actually we do need to have more effective oil cleansers to break down that pigmentation. We do need to have more effective oil cleansers to break down those highly pigmented cosmetics. If you do get a spot, that odd spot, then I do love hydrocolloid patches. I love dots for spots. I tried to find it here to show you, but I don't actually have the packaging. I've literally just got this. This is what they basically look like, and you just pop it on the spot itself. I've got one here that came in a PR pack, so that's the Mario Badescu. This is the only thing I actually like from the whole PR pack. I gave everything else away. But this is good. So buy that one. So when you're basically tackling a spot, pop a little bit of salicylic acid on, whether it's your Poreless Choice one, whether it's from The Ordinary, whether it's from Be Minimalist, whether it's from Skin Functional, depending where you are in the world. Pop on your salicylic acid, pop on your hydrocolloid patch, and the next day you will find that basically the sebum has been sucked out from the pore, and it's also the salicylic acid has helped to unclog that pore further. Make sure you're good with your SPF50 though the next day, because the skin is now basically exposed and exfoliated. Moving on to the next issue, which is our tired skin and our dark circles. So your skin looks more translucent the following day if you haven't slept properly. And so that means that we really need to be good with our antioxidants. This is the time that damage can happen to your skin. So antioxidants that I love would be things like vitamin A, C, E, green tea extract, coenzyme Q10, resveratrol. Try and find your antioxidants that are in combination so they stabilize each other. They're in an airless pump, so no oxygen is around it and no light can get through to it. So I honestly struggle to find great antioxidant serums on the market because they were missing one of these criteria. Either as a single antioxidant, or it was in a pipette, or was in a tub and so oxygen was hitting it. So there were literally three. One is from Environ, which I was quite impressed with. You know, with Environ, I was shopping the other day in Westfields and a lady came up to me. I was literally in the shoe shop, I had my feet out, one foot in one sandal, another foot in another sandal. She's like, "Are you Dr. V?" I said, "Yes." And she said, you need to do a video on Environ, and so I went to have a look at Environ, and this was a good product from it, so I would recommend this product. The next one I like is from Paula's Choice, the Antioxidant Serum, and of course the Dr. V Antioxidant Serum too, which is basically 4 antioxidants in an airless pump. But whichever one you like is absolutely fine. I would say also at night time to wear your masks. Masking is quite important when your skin has gone through so much trauma. Make sure it's a safe mask. The vast majority of masks are not safe for skin of color, especially when our skin is already quite sensitive, because they are loaded with fragrance or denatured alcohol. You know, all this cute packaging with this cute fruit and smells like this, you need to just steer clear of. They are not your friend. So there are only a handful. I've done a whole video on masks, but this is one that I've got in my cabinet. It's literally got makeup all over it, but it's the aloe one from Body Shop. I don't like any of their other masks. It's the only one that's safe. As you know, none of my videos have ever been sponsored, and they will never be sponsored. So everything I'm recommending is purely from evidence-based information, and there's no affiliates other than obviously the Dr. Vanita Rattan range, which I made for you. On that note, everything from the Dr. Vanita Rattan range is in the link below, so you can go to our website called Skincare by Dr. V. Please do download your free guide for skin of color. The link is also down below. Do join our private Facebook group called Dr. V Sock Family, because it's a great safe space for you to talk about your skincare journey and any questions that you may have. The people in that group are honestly amazing. There's just no judgment. It's just a wonderful group, so please do join it. We did have to close down Dr. V Inky Hackers because of the word hacker. Facebook doesn't like that word, and so we had to start a new Facebook group. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I've got 2 accounts, Skincare by Dr. V, Dr. Vanita Rattan, and also on TikTok, which is Dr. Vanita Rattan too. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what other videos you want me to make down below. Take care, bye.